Yes, I've had a fight right before this podcast. Hello and welcome to our podcast, Tbsp Kalesh. It's a happy Sunday. We're trying to fall back into our old rhythm of recording a new episode for you guys every single Sunday. It's very cozy out here, but it seems like it's already summer where Aishwarya is.
Yeah, I'm in
Tropical vibes.
Hyderabad. I don't know what winter is like, maybe for one day in the year you can feel that okay, हाँ थोड़ा jacket होना चाहिए था मेरे पास life में, but apart from that it's all summer.
That brings me to the topic of the day. We are going to discuss a yet again masaledar topic, which is probably again going to make us fall in a lot of trouble. So we are today going to discuss the fact that, drum rolls, romance is dead. What
Nice.
are your thoughts, Aishwarya, on this? Is romance dead?
Yeah, like I mean to say sorry for being so straightforward, but yeah, from what I see, like my point of view, if I look around, if I see whoever like the newer generation, their definition of romance, I'm so thankful I was born wherever, like at whatever year I was, because I was able to experience a lot of, the original OG romance things. Like like felt the butterflies in the stomach. I've had, crushes in like proper school wala and everything. So I don't see that happening anymore. And I'm like, bro, like feel sad for those people. But yeah, I feel that definitely from my point of view, it is dead. How about you?
I completely agree with you because, like you said, when we were experiencing butterflies in our stomach in class 4, 5, today these people are exchanging nudes at that age.
Yeah.
Damn! So really, there's no courtship period. There's no कुछ तो कर लो उससे पहले. But there are no steps. You just get to the point. So let's go back a little bit. Where did all of this start? Because historically, we all know that love is love is love is love. And even like monogamy as a concept is very new for us as a society. One thing that remains common is that historically women also were supposed to be pregnant throughout. So it didn't matter who the mate was. That was the difference. Why don't you throw some light on how things started and how did we get here?
Yeah, Sam, like you rightly said, that there was a time when women used to choose like who they want to be with, and like as per their job role, they needed to be pregnant all throughout. So it was never, the concept was not like, okay, I'm going to just bear one person's child all throughout. If that person was not the leader or he was not the fittest in the village, let's just call it a village for the ease of understanding. So then he would not be chosen by the same women next time. So that also men at a lot of pressure to always be at their best, be good in hunting and gathering and other things, so that they could impress the women. And the one thing that I like about the time was that women were actually the ones who were calling the shots, that luxury that okay, now I decide that who I want to choose next. So but I think
they were like gatekeepers of the next generation also. Do I want to meet with you? No, reject. Next. Do I want to? Yeah, I think with this one, I think babies will be nice and fit and strong and healthy.
That OG Tinder. You were swiping people in real life. Yeah. So, but I think slowly, the times went ahead and society happened. And then governments happened, and they did not want this freedom of people to be like that. I think that's how slowly the concept of monogamy came, and then the concept of marriages came. It was to confine.
For the government, I think the religion was also involved.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Religion, and then around these things like the entire society, government, religion, all of it. Ultimately, what is it doing? It is conditioning that a man's, like, again, it's a man's world now. right? When all these things came, it became a man's world. So a man's primary responsibility is to have a family and look after them. So क्या होगा ना, अगर एक आदमी अपने फैमिली के उससे ही टेंशन में बढ़ा रहेगा, तो he will not be radical enough to challenge the government, the religion, or something. So from what I have read, or what I have searched about, it's all a planned thing ki how to reduce the radical elements in the society. उनको उतनी टेंशन दे दो, उनको अब बोलो कि तुमको जॉब चाहिए ताकि तुम एक फैमिली सस्टेन कर पाओ, and you have to look after the entire thing. So that's how it kind of went ahead. But we are humans, मतलब ऐसा तो है नहीं कि आप सबसे expect करोगे that they'll move along in a straight line, right? So we have seen things, we have seen even like 40-50 years ago, there were like Osho का example if I take, right? There are people who will always challenge the norms of society, who will challenge how a person is expressing love, with whom they are expressing love. Do they need to be tied by these societal norms? So yeah, I think the society is trying, but there will always be certain people who will be challenging, and that's how we've come here wherever we are.
Yeah, like you rightly said, marriages as an institution, they're good for the economy of a country and globally, and that's why that as a system is pushed forward. But I think even way before that, religion came into the picture, where they said that the man has to be the head of the family. So the woman also drops her name. So this also wasn't the case before. Women adopting the name of the man, and the man's family also came into the picture, so that the man becomes the only representative of this two people ka unit. And so I guess, like you said, there have been outliers in every like at every time, at every phase in the society. But I don't think that it's something that is an outlier just because it's been treated as something as an exception, but it stays in the very core. Don't married people get attracted to others, right? So attraction, love, all of that is a very natural thing. You get born with it, who you get attracted to, and who you fall in love with. And that is just something that you can't guide or set a rule book on. So I would definitely say that in the past 20-30 years, polyamory as a concept was named. It was important and common enough that they had to coin a name for it. So the terms like polycules, metamors, thruples, threesomes, moresums, and all of these
अबे जल्दी बोल, कल सुबह पनवेल निकल.
These just testify that it's just such a common part of where we live. It's just that we remain very unaware of what's happening. Don't you think?
No, and like you said, that because people were challenging this all throughout, now it is a reality. Like I remember, I think it was somewhere around 7-8 years ago, there was a English series that I was watching, maybe on Netflix or Prime, whatever. So it was about how a married couple met a girl separately. Like the guy met her separately and he fell in love with her. Then his wife also met her separately by chance. She was jealous that who is my husband seeing behind my back, and then she also falls in love with her. So I mean, the media, like these social, like the media is also now accepting, they're showing it, so it's more like people are more accepting. So maybe it was all throughout, it was there, but people were hiding it, or they were not very vocal about these kind of things in the normal gatherings. But now with more representation of be it movies, series, now there are thruples who are like famous influencers. I happen to I've seen a couple of them on like this thing, your Instagram and all. And like leave the West behind. In India also, it's now so common. There are few people who have who are having two wives, or who are having two husbands, and they are very popular influencers, and people are waiting to see what they're doing daily. So now it's, I think, more accepting. But I would also like, maybe because I'm not programmed in that way in my mind, for me now love is very primal in the sense that attraction will not happen if I'm not in love with anyone. And love for me is only like, I can fall in love with one person at a time, wala thing. So I want to ask you, like, how is it for you? Like,
yeah, so I've also been a serial monogamist throughout. But I would like to say never say never. You know,
yeah.
you never know how things could change in life. Life is very short. So I would like to just put it that way. Yes, I've had a fight right before this podcast.
Women.
That was going to be my next question. I was like, I'm going to text Vignesh, what did you do?